Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty enthusiast and consultant who loves to talk about everything dealing with beauty and makeup. And today, can we get any more of these fabulous cream bronzers? And LYS Beauty said, no, you still need ours. So I have two of their shades, and these cream bronzers, you guys, just stay tuned for this video. You will want to do that. So I will be showing you application of both of these bronzers. I do have them in their medium and their tan shade, and I will be sharing with you my thoughts, some experiences that I've had with them, and then of course doing comparisons with these bronzers compared to other cream bronzer formulas, and sharing with you which of these bronzers I think works best for different skin types, texture, and all of the above. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. And I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And let's get right into this video. So thank you first to LYS Beauty for sending over two of their cream bronzer sticks. I was so excited when I saw this package in the mail. So to give you some details about this cream bronzer, this does retail for a whopping $19. We get a total of 5 shades, and we have a total of 0.25 ounces of product, or 7.2 grams of product. The shade medium that I have is going to be called Harmony, and then the shade tan that I have is called Courage. And shade medium is going to be for medium skin tones. The shade tan is going to be for tan olive skin tones. So some high points about this particular product is that this is going to be a clean, talc-free product that is going to be formulated with hyaluronic acid, green tea extract, watermelon seed extract, niacinamide, and rose hip seed oil. So green tea extract is going to calm the skin and also hydrate dry skin. It's also going to reduce the appearance of redness and irritation. Watermelon seed extract is going to be nutrient rich to retain the skin's moisture levels and also allow for the skin to be visibly radiant and healthier. Niacinamide, we know, is going to help to plump the skin, hydrate the skin, and also control the production of excessive oils. And rosehip seed oil is going to be an antioxidant-rich oil with vitamins A, C, and E to help reduce the look of dark spots and improve moisture levels. And if you didn't know, LYS Beauty is going to be a clean brand at Sephora. This product is going to be vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. And this is a Black-owned brand at Sephora. And I love, love, love saying that. So the outer packaging, very on par with their brand. It's going to be this triangular, light pink rose gold type of look. Nice durable plastic. It's a very lightweight plastic, and then it's going to be a twist up top, and this is what the product looks like. Here is a swatch of the shade Harmony. This is going to be for medium skin tones, and then this is a swatch of the shade Courage, and this is going to be for tan olive skin tones. As you can see, these are just rich, rich, rich. And let me just say, Tisha, LYS Beauty team, if you're watching, I'm just gonna put it out there. I need this in foundation. This formulation is so creamy. It legit glides on the skin like butter. And yes, we've heard that comparison before, and some people kind of take it a little too far. You saw the application. This thing glides on so smoothly. It is so pigmented. I was not ready the first time I put this on. I did a Reels yesterday and I swiped it on. I was like, whoa, Sally, back this up. It is highly pigmented. You can see the opacity of the shades here, and a little bit goes a very long way. So, you need like the slightest bit. If you are familiar with Danessa Myricks Beauty and how a little bit goes a long way with her brand, a little bit goes a long way with this product. Like, you need a smidge of it, and that thing will blend into your skin like butter, and it will blend everywhere you need it to go. Okay, let me bring it back. All right, so With that being said, that a little bit goes a long way, but it's uber blendable. If you do apply too much, do not worry. Keep blending. Keep blending it into the skin, or like I always do, and what I did in this particular demonstration, I took my foundation brush and just blended over the bronzer, and it just blends in like a dream. Like, this is one of those cream bronzer sticks that really is no fail, because if you do apply too much, just keep blending and it will blend right into the skin. I didn't feel like when I was blending it in that it was like picking up my foundation underneath. And in the B-roll, I actually don't have any foundation on. I just wanted to apply it to bare skin. If you go to Instagram, I have a couple of reels that I put up where I'm using this bronzer stick, and as you can see, it's blending right into the skin. I'm of course wearing it today. I have Harmony on this side, and then I have Courage, which is the tan shade, on this side. And as you can see, both of these have blended seamlessly into the skin, and that is why I need this in a foundation formula. Maybe next year, I don't know. Maybe you're already working on it. I need it because it's so beautiful. Okay, finish of the cream bronzers. This is definitely going to be more of a radiant finish, not overly dewy, and not too sticky either. So I set my face before I applied the bronzers on top. No problem, by the way, doing that. I used the balm powder to set my face with, and I had no problems blending this product on top. And feeling where I applied the bronzer, it's not too tacky at all. So although it does go on quite creamy looking, and it might look a little dewy or a little radiant to you, it doesn't sit on the face that radiant and stay that radiant, which I do like, because as much as I love me some glow, I don't like for my hair to be sticking on my face, or I don't want the product to be so radiant and dewy that it ends up blending away or not being able to last throughout the day. I wore both of these bronzers yesterday, and these jokers lasted all day. So I put them on around 6 something in the morning, and I took my makeup off last night around 10 p.m. last night. These bronzers were still on, okay? And I did not set over top of them after I applied them. So very long wearing formula, and I'm loving them. The shade range, can we talk about the shade range? Even their lightest shade, like if you look at their lightest shade, you might feel like, is that lighter shade going to work for someone who has very, very fair complexions? And I will say this, if you like a nice warm bronzer, it will. So the lightest shade is called Motivate, and this is for fair to light skin tones. So you go from fair to light skin tones all the way to deep skin tones, and when that deep shade looks like straight up dark chocolate. And I think it is very rare that we see a bronzer shade that deep, and then this extensive shade range to really cover multiple complexions. So I'm very happy with the shade range. I'd love to hear how these bronzers work on fair, light complexions, because to me it's really like a no-brainer that it's gonna work for deeper complexions. But I'd love to hear from you if you have fair and light complexions and you're using these bronzers and you like them. Leave that down in the comment section below. So here for the shade range. When I'm looking at these two here, this medium base shade and this tan shade, I like the tones of it, because this medium shade is going to be warm, but not too warm. It doesn't look orange against my skin tone, but it also doesn't look too cool. It's a really, really beautiful bronzer. I wouldn't say that this is a bronzer, like a bronzer contour. I would say that this shade is going to be a true bronzer, as well as this one. I love, love, love just this rich tan shade that is just perfection. It's not too orange, once again, not too neutral, which is why it can work for tan and olive skin tones. It's like right there in the middle, and it's beautiful. Based on the shades that I like and how I would like for them to wear on my face, because we're getting into the warmer months, I know I'm gonna reach for a tan more, simply because your girl's gonna get her a tan. You hear me? I'm going to the beach this weekend. I'm about to be out there looking like a caramel drop of sunlight, okay? I plan on to get me some tan. So I know that this shade tan is gonna be the more preferred shade for my complexion after I get me a nice little sun-kissed bronze. But this shade medium still works if I wanted a subtle bronze. Like, I really enjoy the subtle bronze that it does give. And I would wear this shade either if I wanted more of a subtle bronze or when the cooler months come and I lose some of my tan. Okay, so now let's get into some comparisons. First, let's compare it to the LYS Beauty powder bronzer because I have those and I love those. And I have the shade Courage. So this is Courage in their powder bronzer. Their powder bronzer definitely is going to lean a little more cool. And if you have their powder bronzer, I'm just gonna swatch it here so you can take a look at it. And especially if you use me as a shade range, hopefully this will help you make a decision that's best for you. So this is what the shade Courage looks like. And this is for tan complexions in the powder bronzer. As you can see, this is going to be a lot, well, not a lot more cool, but definitely more cooler neutral compared to Harmony and Courage. Their powder bronzer, phenomenal. It's infused with beautiful skincare ingredients like niacinamide. It glides onto the skin. It doesn't even feel like a textured powder at all. It's a beautiful formulation. Okay, Nars Cream Bronzer. Did a recent review of this one and I love this. Like, between the Nars Cream Bronzer and the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer, y'all, I still can't choose between the two because this is the Nars bronzer. I love the neutral tone of the Nars bronzer because I still love me a neutral tone bronzer. Like, that is gonna always be like my go-to and staple. So I'm really, really loving this one, and the formulation is so blendable, easy to work with. I would also agree that the Nars bronzer is going to be like a no-fail, great for beginner type bronzer. When looking at the tone of this bronzer, as you can see compared to Harmony and Courage, it is a little more neutral, but still gives a nice bronzed look to the skin. And the formulation of the Nars one is going to eventually be more of like a natural finish to the skin, like a natural bronze. Charlotte Tilbury, I have both of these in medium and tan, and I have been reaching for the tan shade of the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer much more than the medium shade. And I did mention that in my video just because the medium shade is a little lighter. The Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, when compared to LYS Beauty and Nars in terms of the feel of it, it's definitely going to be more thick in terms of its feel. And it's very opaque. So the opacity of the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, I'll put that right here, is going to be the same as the LYS Beauty bronzers, very opaque. And I would say that the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer is going to be, if I can say, the most matte out of the three bronzers, cream bronzers that I've swatched so far. So looking at LYS Beauty, you can still see it's got a radiant finish. The Charlotte Tilbury right here is definitely more matte. And it's, the Nars one is matte, but I feel like Charlotte Tilbury is more matte. So this is the medium shade from Charlotte Tilbury. And then this is the tan shade from Charlotte Tilbury. And the tan shade is going to be more similar in tone to the shade Courage by LYS Beauty. I would say that Charlotte Tilbury's is going to have a little bit more orange to it, a little bit more warmth to it than the LYS Beauty in the shade Courage. The shade medium in Charlotte Tilbury and the shade medium in LYS Beauty, they look quite similar. But I would say, once again, the Charlotte Tilbury shade is going to be a little bit more warm, have a little bit more orange to it than the shade Harmony by LYS Beauty. If you're like me and you have the Mario Sculpting Enhancer and you use it more like a bronzer, that's what I do. So I'm gonna swatch that. This is the shade Medium Dark. This is a much thinner formulation and lighter in its tone. And I think this one pulls a little more neutral compared to some of these other bronzer shades, especially when we're looking at these two shades by LYS Beauty. And also it's going to leave a radiant finish. The Mario Enhancer doesn't fully, ever dry down. It's gonna have that radiant kind of glowy finish. Danessa Myricks Balm Contour in the shade Medium 3. Love, love, love this. This is definitely a bronzer type of shade, bronzer contour. And as you can see, we've got much more of a neutral tone from this balm contour compared to the shade Courage, but the tone is more similar to the shade Courage. It's just that the shade Courage from LYS Beauty is going to be more of a bronzer, warmer tone, and balm contour by Danessa is going to be cooler toned. Say Cream Bronzer, this is the shade Deep Bronze, and we'll put that one right here. Nice radiant finish. So I would say that the radiant finish of the Say Cream Bronzer is very on par to the radiant finish of the LYS Beauty Cream Bronzers sticks. The tone is going to be more warm compared to the LYS Beauty bronzers right here, but the finish of these two are quite similar. And the LYS Beauty one is still going to be more opaque than the Say Cream Bronzer. The Say Cream Bronzer, the formulation is a little thinner than the LYS Beauty Cream Bronzer sticks. Okay, just a couple more, hang tight. Chanel Cream Bronzer in the shade 395, the deep shade. Let's put that right here. So the formulation of the Chanel Cream Bronzer is going to be much thinner than the formulation of the LYS Beauty Cream Bronzer sticks. The shade is going to fall between the two, I would say, because this one is definitely looking warmer than the tone of the LYS Beauty Cream Bronzer stick in the shade Harmony, the medium shade, but not as warm and deep as the shade Courage. So somewhere in between the two. And then lastly, Danessa Myricks Vision Flush in the shade Toasted Almond. I love using this as a cream bronzer. Oh, look at that, so beautiful. So as you can see, in comparison to the LYS Beauty Cream Bronzer sticks, the shade is going to be deeper. This shade probably is gonna match the shade after, or be closest to the shade after the shade Tan, but this one blends into the skin very well, so it's not too dark and deep for my complexion. Formulation is going to be thinner because these can be used as blushes as well if you were to get some of their other shades, so it's not as thick and as opaque as the LYS Beauty bronzer sticks. So here are all of the cream bronzers that I have that I felt were worth comparing to the LYS Beauty bronzer sticks, and I just think they're amazing. I think they're beautiful. I highly recommend you pick them up if you are looking for a cream bronzer stick. I know some of you all have already commented like, Lord Chels, I can't do no more cream bronzers. However, I would say this would be my argument as to why I would suggest you trying LYS Beauty's cream bronzer sticks. Number one, depending on your complexion, there's probably going to be a shade in the LYS Beauty cream bronzer sticks compared to other brands. Point number two, clean brand at Sephora, very great ingredients formulated within their products, and it's a whopping $19. This is sold at Sephora, and it's also sold on their website. I do have a 20% off discount code with the brand, so if you were to use my code, it then brings the price down to like $15.40. So, I mean, we're talking pretty much drugstore price with very high-end luxury formulation. And then it lasts all throughout the day. I think this particular cream bronzer stick is going to be great for really all skin types, but I would definitely say this is gearing more so toward people who have normal to dry skin. I would even say combination skin. If you have oily skin, then I would say one of two things. If you know you don't like any type of radiant finish type of bronzer, then I would say pass on the LYS Beauty, and of the bronzers that I have, I think you would most enjoy either the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer because it does have a very solid matte formulation, or I would even suggest the Chanel cream bronzer. Once again, both of those bronzers are very matte-like, not dry, don't take it as dry, but just matte. There's no dew, there's no radiance that's coming from your face, and I don't think it's going to, you know, accentuate the oils that you might have already. If you don't mind more of, you know, a radiant, almost glowy bronzer, then I would say you can most definitely use the LYS Beauty Bronzer Sticks and just set with powder. Because as you can see, with me not setting this with powder, my face does not look like I have an extra radiant, dewy bronzer on. It almost doesn't even look like I have on a bronzer stick, like a cream bronzer stick. So I really do think that these cream bronzers can work for all skin types, but know your skin and know your preferences, right? So that's why I said, depending on how oily you are and how you like your overall face to look, this may not be the best product for you, but I most definitely think if you have oily skin, you can make it work to your liking. And then lastly, even though this may not be important to everyone, it's like an amazing bonus. The owner and the brand, definitely one of the best brands that I've ever worked with. And if you're into really supporting people and brands who are doing it for the right reasons, this is my own personal bias that I'm throwing in there, so take that with a grain of salt. That would also be another reason why I would say give this one a try. And also, just because they came back in stock, the newest shades of the LYS Beauty Cream Matte Blushes, they came back in stock June the 6th, this past Monday. So I'm wearing today the shade Humble, and I love, love, love this shade. It's such a beautiful, like, poppy pink shade. I'll do a quick swatch. And their matte blushes are, I wanna say $16. So love this shade, but they are back in stock. So once again, you can either get them from Sephora or you can get them from the brand's website, and you can get 20% off with my discount code below. And guys, that's it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, everything that I'm wearing on my face, I will have linked down below in the description box. Go check it out. If you would love to shop through my links to support me, I would love that so much, but you don't have to, but you can definitely just see what I'm wearing so that you can go then purchase them yourself if you like. And if you have these bronzer sticks, if you're ordering them, if you like them, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you interested in them? I want to hear it, and if you're not, tell me why, because I want to hear that too. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But you don't have to, but I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and join the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.